Are you wondering why people go repeatedly to Dr. Joe Dispenza's events? Why is that? Why is not somebody healed in one event? Why is not somebody absolutely wealthy and abundant in one event? And how come people, even though they go to Dr. Joe Dispenza's events, they still have challenges in their life? How come? I paid for the event, so I have to be fixed forever. And is it really the thing which you get when you get to Dr. Joe's event?
We received a comment in the last video where somebody was asking, wow, how come you're dealing with these limitations still? You've been to 4 or 5 retreats from Dr. Joe Dispenza. It must be really hard for the rest of us then. And I can absolutely understand it, and I have a lot of compassion for this. And I thought it's a good idea to make a video about this today.
And thank you for this comment. We love your comments and we love to share our opinion about them because it's so important to give you the correct information so you're not just thinking in fairy tales range, You also have to know that you live in here in 3D and not in a 5D somewhere where it's all fixed and pretty and beautiful. You all the time get certain challenges in life, and that's what we are going to talk about.
I remember very well when I went on my first Dr. Joe Dispenza retreat in Mallorca in 2019. I was speaking to so many people there, and a lot of them told me that they have been to 5 retreats, 10 retreats before, and I was really disappointed by this because I was having the expectation that when I decide I go to Dr. Joe Dispenza for 1 week, after that my life will be forever set. I will have the relationship of my dreams, I'll have abundance, I'll have a business, everything will be just taken care of. And I was disappointed that I heard so many people were going again and again. It meant to me then that they haven't really gotten what I expected from this retreat, that they have to keep going back because they're still trying to get that thing which will forever fix them.
And you have this tendency to look down on those people and say, oh, it's not going to be my case because I will have it all figured out until end of this retreat. And those people are just still struggling. Why is that?
Yes, we have perception that they're struggling.
Yeah.
But that's not really the case because we have also met people that were going to so many retreats before and they're just loving to be there. There are different reasons why people keep going back. One is community. You go there.
We love the people.
Yes, we love the people. You connect with them. You're like-minded. It's just so natural to be with them. And we feel like one unity, one community. And this is so beautiful to keep connecting back to them. Petra was saying the other day that she feels like she really belongs there.
I feel like I go home when I go to that retreat. I feel that a lot of people who go to Dr. Joe's retreats go there because they just want to experience this togetherness, this oneness. And of course, there are people who are taking advantage of this energy. Of course, you can meet those people on those events, but those people, if you are going to connect to yourself and if you're going to go with the flock, with the whole tribe, you're gonna see those people, and sometimes those people switch and they go with the tribe as well, or you will just see that they are not interested in that work anymore and they will just naturally go away somewhere else.
Another reason why we love to keep going back is to witness miracles. When 2,000 people gather for 1 week and they meditate every day, you can really witness miraculous things. People healing, standing up from their wheelchair, and to be there with that person when they go through such a big transformation in their life is just so humbling and very awesome.
I remember retreat from Vienna, there was a person who stood up from a wheelchair and there were like 100 people watching and witnessing this miracle, and there were people clapping and supporting that person. It was such a beautiful energy.
Yes.
It's so amazing, and it's very, I don't want to say addictive, but it's just so beautiful. You just
You want to be there with that person.
You never have enough of this.
Mm-hmm.
It's like smelling newborn's baby's head.
Yeah, like Dr. Joe says.
Yeah.
And also to be a healer, to not only witness it, but also maybe contribute to somebody's field, somebody's healing, somebody's transformation, and be there with that person, or just give it your all, give your love to somebody else to heal them. That is something that you can just experience on this retreat.
And to be moved when all people gather to heal somebody else, and all people are just synchronizing in the same cadence, same rhythm, them and connecting to the highest energy, and they want to just donate and contribute to somebody else's life, and they want to change somebody else's life and just give life to this life. It's so beautiful that you just can't allow yourself to experience it only once in your lifetime. You just have to go back for these things.
This sincerity which people have during these coherence healings gives me goosebumps every time I'm on a retreat. We, for example, start in front of the ballroom and everybody's lined up, ready to get in. Everybody's silent. Everybody takes care of their own energy. Everybody tunes into the greatest energy that could heal somebody. And then when the doors open, goosebumps all over. Everybody goes in there, we move fast, we have a clear intention, we are one collective, and we contribute healing energy to somebody that we don't even know, to some stranger. We don't know where we will end up and where we will do it, but everybody's just so sincere. And to see 2,000 people having this sincerity, this love for another person is so moving.
And very respectful. People are very respectful of the process. They don't discuss anything during that process, during the moving of those 2,000 people in the ballroom. They are just amazing. We can have a video if you would like. Comment down below this video. We can make a video about healing on Dr. Joe's event.
Yeah, and you made another point that there is this safe space which you get there. You know, we retreat from our life for 7 days. We are with like-minded people. Everybody's super respectful of everybody's process, and you have a safe space.
Yeah.
You also get to really immerse into the work by meditating every day for so long, hear the newest teachings from Dr. Joe. Super valuable to be in this environment to heal or to transform.
I have never felt safer anywhere in my life, because you get expensive camera and you lose it somewhere in a venue where the retreat is. Don't worry, you will find it in few days. Or you lose something super valuable, you lose your rings or golden diamond or anything. You just don't lose it. Nobody steals anything from you. You are super safe there. It's amazing. Those people are all beautiful in their heart, and they would never steal anything in that work. Yeah, those people who do the work. And it's absolutely beautiful to just be in that environment and just feel safe there. I believe that we can create all of this in our regular 3D life. I believe that this is our innate need to be part of this community of people who are giving to each other love and support and who want to create safe space for each other. I don't know what's happening now in the world and why it's so much stealing and, all these problems there. I don't want to name them, but we are naturally feeling good in such environment.
You're drawn to this.
And we are drawn to this. And I believe that this is just, we are going to laugh in 10, 20 years about this, because we are going there as people all over the planet. We are going to create this more and more in our daily normal lives, which you already look at, which you already know and experience.
Yes, that's true. We are really drawn to being part of a tribe, being part of like-minded people, and whether somebody finds that in religion or in their hobby or going on a meditation retreat, like it's something that is very innate. We love to keep connecting with other people and have like one focus, one interest. That's something that we always get on these retreats.
Of course, don't paint it pink and rainbows and unicorns. You will always find people who are trying to not do the work, who are disturbing during meditations. There's not 100% always. You can witness that, but it's already in a safe space, and it gives you like a challenge for your own life to solve it and to just move through it. I had, for example, a person who was speaking and whispering during a pineal gland meditation, which was 4 hours, and they just sat and they laughed at people and they looked around, and they were right next to me, so I heard everything, and it was extremely disturbing. And next time if I would go, I would just raise my hand and somebody else from a staff would come and just take care of these people. But I didn't think of that option. I had to go through it and work through my emotions about that person who did that, and then I had to make up in my mind, how would I be behave next time? How would I fix it next time if I experience it again? And that's why the staff is all around the ballroom everywhere, and they just make sure that you are in the same safe space and you get the care which you need and the respect which you need.
And even now, when we go to retreats, I talk to newcomers sometimes, and they are also so disappointed when they hear that you have been already on more retreats. Petra and me, we stopped really sharing about how many retreats we've been to because it also involves the ego, and they're like, oh, I've been to these many or these many. We don't really want to do that. We share it sometimes here, so you know that we know a little bit what we're talking about. But it's very common that people are very disappointed and they're asking, why do you go again? Why did you go so many times? My first retreat was very, very transformational. It was something that I was completely out of anything that I've ever experienced in my life. And when I went again, I thought the same thing will happen again. So I was kind of in the beginning chasing the same experience again, the same feelings that I had in the first retreat. And I think a lot of people that were going to Dr. Joe once, they had this experience and then they go to another one and they try to recreate the same thing, and that doesn't really work. And overall, there is always going to be things that we can keep evolved. There's still another layer of our onion that we can uncover, that we can evolve in some way. There's always going to be some level of growth. And also Dr. Joe Dispenza, he also reacts or gets triggered about things, and he's also on this journey, on this evolution.
When you are in a human body, it's very limited the amount of reactions you could have. You could have either positive or negative reactions, the angry, frustrated, and all those guilty things, or happy and compassionate and blissful and stuff, these ranges. But if you are still in a human body and you are continuing to live, you will meet again and again some triggers and some challenges which have to appear in your life to put you into test and into evolution of yourself, into transformation. And Dr. Joe sometimes in his meditation says, you are shown your limitations only so you can grow. And if you don't have any limitations or any reactions after ending the event, then it means that you are actually not alive. You have to always have some stimulation for your nervous system. Imagine that you're playing a video game, and the game would be like that you walk straight and you do nothing. You don't collect anything. You don't build anything. You don't shoot at anybody. You don't have to have any specific head count or whatever. I don't know video games, so you looking at the total unkissed person by video games, but you see that it wouldn't be fun to play that. Or if you watch a movie and there would be somebody only in love and they would have no problem with them at all. They would be just happy all the time, whole movie. You would not even go to watch that movie. You want to see how people are evolving, how they are forgiving, how they are getting stronger through situations, because this is how it works here now. We will maybe create different reality, but now it works like this in here in this planet.
I remember that Sadhguru was once saying that he could just meditate for the rest of his life until he falls dead, because he is at such a level of peace and
bliss.
Yes, he's not being triggered by anything anymore, but he feels that he needs to contribute now. He's in this lifetime here to also serve. And as long as he's needed, he will be always serving to people and give them what they need. So we can get to a level where we are really positive or really in a state of bliss or calm or peace or love. And what I see that people start to be interested in then is in the mystical. People that do Dr. Joe's work, when they have the abundance that they want, the relationship that they want, the home that they want and everything, they start to be really interested in the mystical, to figure out what else is there to this experience that I have forgotten in this lifetime. What can I remind myself, or what can I remember? And to go into these mystical and unknown experiences. So Petra and me, when we sometimes come up with our own limitations and we recognize them, that's already one step to changing it. And we make these videos also sharing you what we're going through because we know it's relatable and other people are experiencing similar things. So we can help you get to this through this journey as well. But we really want to tell you that you don't have to feel bad if you're not all the time in a super high state. It's absolutely normal and natural to also be limited sometimes. What matters is just that we remind ourselves and that we are deciding to change that.
Mhm.
Sometimes it takes several months until we change it. Sometimes it takes several years, but it doesn't really matter for our soul. What matters is that we change it.
Sometimes it takes just one meditation. It happened to me when I was meditating and I had extreme feelings of powerlessness, and it was a meditation where you have to change your beliefs and perceptions. It's a beginner's meditations. I always go to beginnings when I meditate with Dr. Joe, even though I meditate for already since 2018, because I always find something new about that. I always see me from different perspective. I'm totally different person than I was 2 years ago, 5 years ago, and I have a different humbleness in me, and every perception and the way I look at myself is different. And you want to evolve it all the time in your life, and you want to become a better person. You want to become more evolved version of yourself. I also felt a little bit weird when somebody says, we've been to Dr. Joe's events like 5 times, you know. It's nothing. There are people who went 20 times, 15 times. Those are people who are going all the time to Dr. Joe's events. We were like 5 times in like 7 years or so, but those people are the real deal, and they are still coming back, and they are very humble. They would never judge. They would never give you advices which you don't even ask for and stuff. They are still refining that diamond, you know, until it's like really beautiful diamond.
And we honestly also just keep forgetting. We keep forgetting what we have learned. And when we go to the retreats again, I'm like, oh my gosh, yes. How could I forget this? And I should really remember this from now on. It's so important. If we don't repeat it all the time, if we don't keep looking at the basics, keep relearning it and restudying it, then we forget. And going back to these retreats also helps you to remember and to connect to that energy again.
But of course, I was the person who thought that if I go to the retreat, then I will be totally fine forever and nothing will be any more influencing my life, and I will never be sick and I'll never have a problem with
Same.
abundance and stuff. But the thing is that you go back to your normal life, you go back to triggers of your environment and all these things, and it has to put you to test, and you are realizing that yes, you could be healed in that environment there, but you have to prove it in your life.
Initiation.
And
Initiations is going to get bigger the more you evolve.
yeah, and that's the thing. People think that they will heal when they go to event. I've never had that, you know, in my life, and I was always hoping that there it's gonna happen. No, you have to work daily on yourself. You can't do this in one event. Yes, there are people who are on this journey, it happens to them. It's miracles, it's beautiful.
It's just their moment.
Or it's their moment, of course. I think you can live amazing life if you just do the work, read the books, and live your life. I think it can be same benefits for you if you read the books and live your life and do
so
the
many
meditation.
people have done it. So many people have healed and changed their life by just doing the work at home, basically with free meditations. Everything is possible, you know. It's really not just these 7 days that you go to the retreat that matter, but what you do all the time. Because somebody might heal in a 7-day retreat, go home to their life, be the same person as they were before, and the disease comes back again. So it's really who we are becoming on this journey. And at Rami, we just really love to connect back with that community, with that tribe, and to be there to witness miracles.
And I have a friend, and she did meditation when her partner was on Dr. Joe's event. She said, oh, what's this about? And she did just morning meditation from Dr. Joe, and she had crazy, beautiful reaction. She had some blissful states in that morning meditation. It's like 20
Her
minutes.
very first meditation.
Yeah, her very first meditation. And since that, she wanted to have that feeling again. but she never had that because she wanted to recreate that same experience. It was funny. And I also heard about a guy. Actually, he was on an event where we were in Cancun, and he was around 55. He was really tall, quite big, but he heard once on internet free meditation from Dr. Joe. And he started to, after that meditation, immediately he started to hear on his ear. He wasn't intending to heal his ear or anything. It just happened to him. So you never know where it's going to happen for you, how it's going to happen, because this is the unknown, and unknown always can surprise you. But I'm just saying, as a support for you, those people who can't go to event, it's not end of the world. You can do always something else for you. Pray for something or heal something or create abundance even outside of events.
Or also connect with some other like-minded people and meditate with them, being on the journey with them. That's also a way how you can be part of some community.
If you've ever been to Dr. Joe's event, please can you comment down below this video for other people to understand how it is like and what advice you would give to them. And if you've never been to Dr. Joe's event and you would like to ask something about it, please comment it down below this video. There will be definitely some answers for you.
And if you would love to share some more time with us, we recommend you this video here next.